One of the problems that I had with this device when I first got it was that the documentation was so poor. Finding information on how to do the wiring was very hard. If you buy this device from Adafruit, it will come with a nicely put together cable with specific colors and some guidance on how to connect it with your Arduino. But if you get the cheaper versions from eBay, they can come with random cables, basically in random colors, and no indication as to which wire or which pin on this connector is what. So after a lot of trial and error, I created this schematic that I hope you're going to find useful. Now the device is represented by this black box down the bottom, and if you turn the fingerprint scanner on its side, then you can see that the bottom pin on the connector, the one that is closer to the edge, is the black pin on this crude representation, and that's where the ground pin is. So you connect that pin to ground. The fourth pin is 5 volts VCC. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This black wire in my case is the 5 volts VCC, and that goes to the 5 volts on the Arduino. Then you've got the second pin right next to ground. That will go to pin number 4, and the yellow pin number 3 will go to pin number 5, and these two are the receive and transmit pins for the software serial interface. And remember, these are configurable. Of course, I just chose pins number 4 and 5 for my demonstration. Okay, so I'll follow the schematic and do the connections. I'll start by plugging my header on the breadboard, on the mini breadboard, and I'll start with power on the pin number 1 of the device. I have ground, even though it's a red wire, so this is where ground goes. Plug ground in here. Then the next pin number 2, also a red wire on the device, that goes to pin number 4 on the Arduino, which is the white wire. Pin number 3 will go to pin number 5 on the Arduino, and then finally pin number 4 on the device will go to the 5 volts pin on the Arduino. Alright, so we'll use a bit of sticky tape to secure the fingerprint scanner on the mat and plug the USB cable on into the computer. Alright, so next thing is that I would like to enroll a few fingerprints into the device, and to do that I will use the Arduino library from Adafruit. So actually I'll start from scratch. So once you install it, just go to examples and Adafruit fingerprint sensor library and load the enroll sketch. You can see here that it's using the software serial library. Don't worry too much about the contents of this sketch, since we are only going to be using it to do a few fingerprint enrollments. I'm not going to go through it. The only thing you need to do in order to use it is to define the pins that you use for your serial software port. So in my case, I use number 4 for transmit from the device to Arduino, and number 5 that receives data from the Arduino. Alright, check that I've got the right port. Alright, and upload the sketch. Problem uploading. Let's try this again. What was the problem? Problem uploading to board. Can't open the device. Let's try the other USB port on my computer. Not sure what the problem is. Choose 1421. I just changed the USB port on my computer, and let's try again. All right, and this time it works. Yeah, sorry about that. All right, so this is done. The enroll sketch is uploaded, so I'll bring the monitor up. So it did not find a fingerprint scanner. So you can see here that it says it did not find the fingerprint sensor. So this probably means that I mixed up my receive and transmit pins. That happens to me all the time. So if this happens to you as well, all you have to do is to switch over the transmit and receive pins on the breadboard like that. And then reset the Arduino to try again, and this time you can see that the fingerprint sensor was discovered, was found, and is ready to enroll a fingerprint. So I would like to write this fingerprint in ID number 1. Remember, you've got 1 out of I think 125 or 126 available template slots on the device. So I'll say I'd like the first finger to be recorded in template position number 1, and send it over. And just place your finger on the sensor. It says remove the finger, and it would take another picture of your finger again and calculate the template out of that, and there you go, it is stored. Let's try with another finger. I'm going to store that in template position number 2, and I'll do my thumb this time. So there's image taken, converted, remove finger, and then put the same finger on, take another snapshot of it, convert it into a template, and enroll it. Okay, so that bit is done. Now, how about doing a matching of a fingerprint? So let's go back to the examples and pick the fingerprint sketch. Just like before, I'm going to make a change so that number 4 is in from the sensor and number 5 is in from the Arduino. That's the only change you need to make, and upload the sketch. Okay, done. So the sketch has found the fingerprint sensor and is waiting for a valid finger. So let's put the thumb on. So it found ID number 2 template with confidence 235, which is pretty good. What about the index finger? All right, so there's a match there as well. How about I try another finger? Let's try the pinky. Nope, nothing. So none of the other fingers will produce any kind of match with any confidence at all. It's just the index and the thumb, which are the fingers that I created the template for. All right, so enrolling is very easy, as you can see, and then we can read the fingerprint and have a match. So with that done, let's work on a little application. I'll demonstrate in the next part of this lecture. I'll demonstrate how you can interface the fingerprint sensor with an electrical door latch like this one here. This is a 12-volt device, so I'll have to also use a transistor to drive it from the Arduino. But what I want to do is when when the fingerprint sensor matches a fingerprint, I would like to allow the latch to open. Otherwise, I want to keep it locked. So let's go ahead and do that next.